Tennessee final score 72-17. Fantastic.
What's crazy about this game being 72 to 17? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yep. It didn't even feel like it was a record-breaking. In my opinion, it didn't feel like it was a record-breaking offense. Now, I was like, man, can we get to 70? Can we get to 70? And we did, but I don't know. It's just like we handled business so well so early that the second half almost felt a little lackluster because we got in the backups. I mean, I think the biggest compliment in this game, going into the game plan, what we said we wanted to see, and that's the fact that Joey Aguilar didn't play a snap in the second half. And that's what you wanted to see. But overall, yeah, record day on Rocky Top. We're kind of late to the news breaking that down as we do go live on Thursday, but 72 points, the most in the modern era. I guess the BCS, playoff era. I think they did score more than that way back in the day, but overall, what a day that was kind of expected. I don't think anybody expects 70 burger, but overall, as far as handling your opponent, doing what you needed to do, Tennessee did just that last Saturday.
Yeah, and you know what stands out to me? It's the amount of rushing yards that Tennessee gave up in this game. They only gave up 49 rushing yards in this game, which, you can sit here and say all day long, it's ETSU, man. Don't take anything from that. Anytime you hold any opponent to under 100 rushing yards in a game, and really in this case under 50, that's something that should be noted, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, we already know that this D-line's really physical. The front seven in general is really good, top of the country in my opinion. But you did what you had to do against ETSU, severely less talented. They played good. I mean, they play hard. I'm not going to sit here and trash talk a team that just had no shot in this game. Let's be honest. If Tennessee was going to lose this game, it would have been Tennessee beating themselves more than ETSU doing it. But what I liked is I felt like at least this last week we stayed a little bit more healthy than we did in week one. Now, obviously, we still have some questionable players. We do have some people out this week against Georgia. But overall, a little bit better of a job staying healthy, less cramps. And, like I said, having the starters, most of the starters, defensively, we still played a few rotational guys, in the second half. But overall, you did what you had to do. You scored a lot of points. You held them to little to nothing. You did make their quarterbacks have to kind of run or, throw the ball, which is the perfect game plan. And what I hope to see, which is what I said last week, is what's going to translate to Georgia. What are some of the play calls defensively and offensively that's going to work against Georgia? And it's hard to tell, right now what is going to translate. But I tell you what, I think the running game's going to. When I'm seeing out of Star Thomas, Deshaun Bishop, and Peyton Lewis is exactly what I think a lot of people expected. And I just hope they keep that up against SEC play, against the offensive line, albeit without our 5-star tackle, is looking great. Keeping Joey protected. Joey's doing a good job of extended plays too when the pocket does collapse down on him. But overall, I just hope that is what translates is this running game and the offensive line staying physical at the front.
Yeah, completely agree with you. And finally getting this this graphic pulled up here. Give me just a second. Place. Add. There we go. Got the graphic pulled up.
We had 717 yards.
41 first downs.
Yo.
We scored 24 points apiece in the first and the second quarters, 14 in the third, and 10 in the fourth.
We seriously had 717 yards?
717. That's insane numbers there.
I watched the game, guys, I promise, but I was actually watching another game right after this one that I'm so happy about. We'll talk about it later. All right. No, 717 yards is astronomical. No, I mean, like I said, I'm not going to harp on ETSU. It has a Syracuse symbol, by the way. FYI.
I changed the one up top. That's the one that matters.
But no, I mean, great game. Chris Brazel's looking good. Winning the one-on-ones. Again, the cornerbacks not as big as what he's going to be facing this week. I'll tell you who looks good that's not on this graphic here. Colton Hood. He's
Hood.
Physical. So physical corner. He's going to get called, and it's going to make me mad. But I like the fact that he's challenging the refs. because you have to. You got to figure out what the refs are going to call, and then from there adjust how you're going to play. But as of right now, he is not losing the one-on-one. Like, the 50-50 ball is more like 80-20 Colton Hood winning it. So I like what I'm seeing out of Colton Hood.
All right, so listen to this cornerback duo that Tennessee has so far this season. Now, take this with a grain of salt. They played Syracuse and ETSU, but Colton Hood has according to PFF College, that's Pro Football Focus, Colton Hood has an 83 coverage grade. He has allowed 5 yards receiving this year so far, which is a 36 passer rating allowed. Now, on the other side, Ty Redmond, an 81.2 coverage grade, 48 yards allowed, and a 50.6 passer rating allowed so far. Say what you want, no matter who the opponent is, those are fantastic numbers.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
And I don't think that in this game against Georgia, that is going to be just insanely different. I think that Georgia could and can expose some things in this secondary with Colton Hood and Ty Redmond and others, but I don't think it's going to be a huge difference. I think what you have seen so far is what you're going to see most of the season from these Tennessee quarters.
Here's what I'm proud of. You've seen a lot of teams not necessarily handle business against inferior opponents. And this is not even a shot at Georgia. I feel like Georgia's pretty much handled their. I know the scores not necessarily look great, but like in no way, shape, form, or fashion were they ever in fear of losing a game this year. But like LSU, after beating Clemson, looked horrible last week. And USF, I think, is a good team, but Florida losing USF, which everybody thought was a guaranteed win for Florida, except for me. There's teams out there, Alabama in week 1, losing to FSU. Now, again, FSU may be a better team than we're giving them credit for, but there's teams out there that are losing and not handling business the way they need to. And Tennessee has literally left zero doubt in the tank right now.
Yep. That's what you got to do.
I think that's what you got to take away from this. You know, Joey Aguilar coming in and taking over the offense and basically having 3 to 4 weeks of practice with this team and basically taking off with it excites me. You know, he's going to get his first test, and we're going to break down the game here in a little bit. But Tennessee versus ETSU, it literally was fun to watch. It was good to see the offense do its thing, the defense do its thing. But I'm telling you, the wide receivers are impressing me. Star Thomas, I think, is winning me over. I like Deshaun Bishop, don't get me wrong, but Star Thomas is looking just like a star. Can't wait to see what he does against Georgia.
Oh, yeah. I mean, had the 3 touchdowns this past week against ETSU. Yeah, he's looking good. And
his vision's just really good, too. I mean, his cutbacks, his spin moves, like everything's just, it looks good.
Yeah, and, you know, we haven't mentioned Peyton Lewis. That's not to say that Peyton Lewis is doing bad. That's just these other 2 guys, especially you mentioned Star Thomas, they're just looking so good right now. So, I mean, I love this running back room. John says it's the best chance in a decade for y'all to beat Georgia. Going to be a great game.
Boy, and his tone has changed, hasn't it?
Welcome
back, John. No, I don't like the whole like best chance to win because at the end of the day, in my opinion, I do think the matchup is way better this year. But at the end of the day, in SEC, like you start 0-0 every year. Like you go out there, every team's got to play. And this year, I think what helps us is you don't have 5 first-rounders on Georgia's defense this year. And Tennessee on the flip side, at least roster-wise, I think that's what he's getting at. Roster-wise, we are still definitely at a deficit to Georgia, but the gap isn't as large. So I think he's spot on. This is one of our best chances. I will say this. It's our best chance under Heupel. And I think this is a big test for Heupel himself. I think him looking himself in the mirror as a coach, like what are the things that he hasn't done since he's been here? Albeit he's done some great things, but one thing he hasn't done is beat Georgia. I think that's going to be a big thing. But we're going to break down that game here in the next segment, which honestly, if you ain't got much more on ETSU, we can go right into it if you want.
I was going to say, I'm good to head right into this Georgia matchup because, I mean, bottom line against ETSU, you did exactly what you needed to do. You took care of business, and you mentioned the most important thing. Joey Aguilar did not take a snap in the second half, which is exactly what you needed. You needed them to let him get his reps in the first half and then get him out of the game. And you got a lot of starters out of the game at that point to make sure that they did not get hurt moving forward, so that they could be there for the Georgia game this week. So, love what I saw from Tennessee. Can't take a lot from it, but what you can take from it is that they took care of business. That's
That's right.
bottom line there.